can find a man, an elect man, if there be any that executeth judgment and that seeketh the truth, and I will pardon it.
Yeah, that's it. Hey, they're men. The thing is there's a certain profile of it. The thing is with this truth, man, what in the world might seem, get 1 Corinthians, 1 Corinthians 1, was it Romans? I think that's what it is. But basically with the truth, a lot of people, because of what people see in movies and TV, they think it's going to be some super slick, sharp talking geezer that's basically going to come and be like, oh yes, oh bless this, oh bless that, talking. But that's just a that's basically just what. No pictures, please. That's just how the world understands these things, man. The Lord deals with who He deals with, man. He set up Moses, man. It's a main thing that Moses basically, he wasn't too good with talking. That's why Aaron had to go with him to do the talking. It was like, hey man, I'm not comfortable in my speech. But then that's who the Lord dealt with and sent. Imagine that's who He sent to speak to Pharaoh, someone who's not even confident in talking, to get his people freed. But that's who the Lord uses, man. It's like the Lord will use men that are so-called seen as disadvantaged with certain that, they might, like even Ehud being left-handed. What was it? Abimelech, I believe it was. I think it was Abimelech who was he was a bastard. He was like the bastard of all these brothers. He was a son of a whore. So basically, the Lord will use people in perceived low places. Just because this is the thing. Is about the word coming out, man. It's about the word coming out. Ain't just about the how people want it. It's about how the Lord wants it, bro. Come bring Corinthians.
1 Corinthians chapter 1 and verse 26. For ye see your calling, brethren, how that not many wise men after the flesh, not many mighty, not many noble are called.
That's it. Not many wise men, not many noble, not many mighty. Because it's like, okay, it's like, for example, let's say you get someone like Mayweather coming into this thing. The pride, all that pride of, okay, what is it, 49? Or is it fucking, 49. I was thinking of a fucking movie came into my head, man, when I said that. But 49 undefeated fights. This guy's he's gonna have all that pride. Basically, how's he gonna have to humble himself and fuck all that off and come into the truth?
Start catching hell.
Yeah, start catching hell. His woman, he's all his money. This guy's worshipping money. He walks around with a check he ain't even cashed yet. Some arsehole like that. But yeah, for years, this guy's bringing it out of he's got in his bag every day. It's like, what? It's like the biggest paycheck. I'm like, man, a guy like that, the Lord, and the thing is that's something that's esteemed in the world. Just because a guy can go 49 fights and not lose, okay, that's cool. That's a skill. But the truth is above and beyond that, man. That's right.
A rich man shall hardly enter into the kingdom.
Yeah, that's it, man. Go on.
And he says that Yahweh have chosen the foolish things of the world to confound the wise.
Hey man, the Lord uses foolish things. Because us just being some guys, basically we're just being perceived as some nobody, some bums on the street corner, crying and hollering about the kingdom to come, about so-called UFOs, which is the chariots of God, coming back and zapping laser beams at people. We must look fucking crazy. But hey, that's how that's who the Lord uses, man. He'll use some people that might just look crazy. But then hey, that's still the truth. So hey man, that's a stumbling block. Because a lot of guys are like, no, but you guys don't look like. You don't really look like. But then what does a prophet look like?
And Yahweh have chosen the weak things of the world to confound the things which are mighty.
Yeah, and the weak things to confound the mighty. Because those guys in these positions, these high up positions, these guys making money, running businesses, these gods in the sports world, these guys are esteemed in the world, man. Them athletes, when they come back, they get, it's like when the over here, the fucking, when they won the Ashes in cricket, them guys got a hero's welcome. The thingy, was it Johnny Wilkinson got fucking knighted by the Queen off that. These guys get Wiley, that guy for making grime, he got a fucking knighthood, man. So these things that are esteemed in the world, the Lord don't need to use that. He can use, that's why it's like making rap videos. The Lord don't need no goddamn rap to bring out the word. The word is beautiful by itself, man.
That's right.
The Psalms, man, those, hey man, that's a true writing. And the thing is, hey man, there's prophecy, and there's beautiful messages coming out within the truth, man. It ain't just about, okay, a guy might be skillful at putting together some metaphors and rhyming certain words together, but it's about the fucking truth, man. Well, not the fucking, this is about the truth, man. Go on.
Right, verse 28. And the base things of the world and things which are despised have Yahweh chosen.
That's it, things that are despised. Because, hey man, this truth, hey, it's about the truth stands by itself, man. This is a pearl. Hey man, receiving this goal applies within all facets of life, man. This is above and beyond. You might watch like a little video, some life hacks on, find out a spanking way to fold a shirt, or this secret to ironing. But this is above and beyond that, man. This is a spanking trick on how to not get nuked.
Precept.
Go on.
Psalms 37 and 16. A little that a righteous man hath is better than the riches of many wicked.
The little that a righteous man have is better than
the riches of many wicked.
Yeah, that's it, and that's why there was it's in Luke, man. There's a parable basically of the woman that gives like her last copper, and then you have the rich guy who gives bare. But then it's like the blessing that she's getting for giving that last penny, that's gonna go way beyond what the rich guy gave, man. And hey man, that's beautiful. That's why it's like, and that takes faith. Because if you're down to your last penny, you're like, yo, I'm gonna give that to the Most High. Then that's a higher level of faith than if you got insurmountable riches. When you chip off a bit, that don't really mean nothing. And that's why that rich guy was like, I've followed the laws, I've done all this.
Done this.
Yeah, what?
Done
It's
that.
like, okay, what do I lack? But then, okay, what did he say? Sell everything. And then he was like, he was convicted in his spirit. Because the Lord got him, man.
What precept? Luke chapter 10 verse 23. And he turned his eyes, and he turned him unto his disciples and said privately, Blessed are the eyes which see the things that ye see. For I tell you that many prophets and kings have desired to see those things which ye see and have not seen them, and to hear those things which ye hear and have not heard them.
Yeah, that's it. These wisdoms that are coming out are above and beyond, and that's a beautiful thing, because you go on YouTube, they're talking about the FCC net neutrality. That's not quite. They're having to pay to access YouTube. That's not quite in place yet. So right now you can just zap into YouTube whenever you like for free, slamming Great Millstone, and you'll find endless wisdoms. The greatest wisdoms on the planet for free, any time of the day, any time you like. We're out in the street in public. Anyone sits there, hey, they can get this. So it's a thing where it's like, hey, the Lord's had it just going out there. and this is the most ultimate desired thing on the earth. But that's just showing it's only those chosen, man. Chosen and called and chosen. They're the only guys that are gonna get this thing. Gone.
This is the one now you mentioned that I want the other one, but I'll just read this anyway. Wisdom of Solomon 3 and 1. But the souls of the righteous are at the hand of God, and there shall no torment touch them. In the sight of the unwise, they seem to die, and their departure is taken for misery, and they're going from us to be utter destruction, but they are in peace. For though they be punished in the sight of men, yet is their hope full of immortality.
Yeah, because I just wanted to bring an example, like when after Samuel died, when Saul called him down with a witch at Endor, called his spirit down. He's like, yo, why do you disturb my rest? So he's like, yo, he's up there, he's at rest, man. He's like, yo, he did when he was out there, he was blazing the fire. But then afterwards he got his rest. So it's like that's what we have faith in, that rest. And the thing is Esau is carnal, because you got what Wisdom of Solomon 2. They said, look, man, let's oppress the poor man and basically in his family, man. They basically with Jake. They're thinking like, they think, oh, you kill him. It says what? In death, there is no pleasure, there's no solution. So let's enjoy life and fucking oppress them Jakes. So that's what this so-called white man's doing. He's thinking if he can just come and splatter us and get us, spray us down on the sidewalk, then he's dealt with the problem. But this is that shows what we're dealing with. It's of a higher order, man. Esau's not worthy of dealing with. Go to the Matthew 22.
Matthew chapter 22. And Yahushua answered and spake unto them again by parables, and said, the kingdom of heaven is like unto a certain king, which made a marriage for his son, and sent forth his servants to call them that were bidden to the wedding.
And the funny thing is the marriage is us with a woman being presented to Yahushua, man. And that's immense.
That links up with Revelation.
Yeah, because it's the thing is hey, that's why you need the breakdown. Because you know people bugging out like, what, we're a woman, but hey, it's spiritual. Go on. Oh, well, go on. It's on.
No.
Go on,
No, I ain't got it yet.
And it says, and sent forth his servants to call them that were bidden to the wedding, and they would not come.
And they would not come. And that's why you got a lot of guys, man. Guys that have been in this thing from, like, heard about this truth from back in 80s, 90s, 2000, 2010s. There's guys that have been coming and falling out. So, hey, man, there's a lot of guys that have been called.
And it says, verse 4, and again.
Oh well, they didn't want to come. So guys have been called to this marriage.
Yep.
They don't want to come. So it's their own fault. And that's the beauty of this thing, man. The Lord set up where, hey man, it's there. It's easy, man. The burden's light, man. The truth is like, yo, if you think about it, you're gonna get eternal rule, eternal acclaim. And then all you gotta do is, you know, go out once a week, do 3 videos a week. And you know, not eat some pork, not commit adultery. Other you know, simple, grow a beard.
Yeah, rehearse the righteous acts.
Yeah, it's you know, that's you think out here, it's like in Esau's kingdom, you gotta be a cutthroat, grimy,
you gotta be a
piece of
criminal,
shit
man.
criminal to get that kind of fucking like to get so-called you know, get set up. So hey man, that's why it's the Lord's basically just got it where this is a thing where it's only the elect gonna eat this.
That's it. Go quick precept.
You go.
Revelation 19:7. Let us be glad and rejoice and give honor to him, for the marriage of the Lamb is come, and his wife have made herself ready.
Yeah, that's it, and that's what we're in the process of doing now, man. That's what gold tried in the fire to be found acceptable, man. That's what we're doing. We're basically being tried in the fire right now and building up till we're worthy of Yahushua, man. Because that's what it is.
Yep.
It's this thing's it's about Yahushua. Yahushua is a big essential part of this truth. That's why a lot of, if you don't want to teach the name, there's a lot of things. If you don't want to go into, if you don't want to give Yahushua the acclaim, the worship he's worthy of, then you're basically fuck you, man.
Right.
You got a precept.
Yeah. 2nd Ezra 10:44. This woman whom thou sawest is Zion, and whereas she said unto thee, even she whom thou seest, as a city builded.
Yeah, that's it. Like that woman is Israel, man. So that's simple, plain, and that's how you got to put the Bible together, man. Precept upon precept, line upon line. Because you got these stupid fucks who scream out John 3:16. We break down the word. John's still screaming John 3:16. That means understanding not being given. And that's but it's plain. Because you put the scriptures together, it's actually you can't even argue against it.
And it goes on, back in Matthew 22 and verse 4. And again, he sent forth other servants, saying, tell them which are bidden, behold, I have prepared my dinner, and my oxen and my fatlings are killed, and all things are ready. Come unto the marriage.
Yeah, that's it. Everything's it's all set up.
Yep.
Because the thing is right now what? Yahushua is at the right hand of the Most High, set up. The angels are holding back the 4 winds. The destruction, the judgment's ready. But it's about that's why the 2000 year 2000 people getting messed up over that. But how many men have come after that? How many hordes internationally, globally, through Great Millstone chiefly, this word's been going out expressly, man. All them people needed to be brought in, man. Bro, hella brothers need to get brought in. So the Lord, could have been. The Lord basically had it run, had that time, had it mentioned, you know, the 3rd day. But then that was also another prophecy. You shall desire to see the day of the Lord. And if you're spiritual, you'll put that together and be like, okay, so this is how it had to go down. Because you can see it went down. Because back then it wasn't going out on the internet, and it wasn't, you know, it wasn't blowing up. It didn't blow up like it blew up now.
Right. And it says, but they made light of it and went their ways, one to his farm, another to his merchandise. And the remnant took his servants and entreated them spitefully and slew them. But when
That's it, man. So these servants, these guys are meant to be bidding man to the marriage. Some of them, you know, they're wandering back into the world, or might get caught out by some woman, or other guys might have torn them out of the truth, or their family tore them out of the truth. Go on.
And it says, but when the king heard thereof, he was wroth, and he sent forth his armies, and destroyed those murderers, and burned up their city. Then saith he to his servants, the wedding is ready, but they which were bidden are not worthy. Go ye therefore into the highways, and as many as ye shall find, bid to the marriage.
That's it. So now it's at the point where, because it's those that were bidden, a lot of these guys, it's funny because it's like even now, you go back to like the 1992 Israelites, a lot of these guys, you'll see them old school videos where they're on VCR tapes. Them bro, vast majority of them guys are back in the world, man. You see them clean shaved, wearing tight jeans, you know, all up in the world. So hey, that's hey, all them guys. Hey, now it's come down to go out on the highways and byways, bid to the marriage, and that's what's happened. And the truth has blown up through that, man. That's right. That's a beautiful thing. That means the way the Lord deals with it. That's why you can't put the Lord in a box, man. You can't just deal with your meager peon human brain cannot perceive how the Most High deals with things, man. We're not on the level. We're just some worms, man. Some upstarts. We've just been given, you know, a bit of hey man, we've been given some mercy.
This is Jeremiah 31:3. The Lord hath appeared of old unto me, saying, Yea, I have loved thee with an everlasting love. Therefore, with loving kindness have I drawn thee. Now remember the precept I read before, that the woman you saw is the Zion, the city building. Verse 4, again, I will build thee, talking about Israel, and thou shalt be built, O Virgin of Israel. Thou shalt again be adorned with thy tabrets, and shalt go forth in the dances of them that make merry. That's how you know it's talking about Israel, it's not talking about an actual woman. Alright?
Right, back in Matthew 22 in verse 10. So those servants which went out into the highways and gathered together all as many as they found, both bad and good, and the wedding was furnished with guests.
Yeah, because it's even another thing, man, is bro, guys might get upset. You have guys that come into this truth from a variety of backgrounds, man. They come from all kinds of backgrounds. So you might have an ex-murderer all up in the camp. But hey, if that's who the Lord's dealing with, that's who the Lord's dealing with, man. There's what is it in I believe the Pharisees and that were trying to curse out Yahweh Shai for chilling with publicans, man, and sinners. Yeah. Then he said what? He said the righteous don't have need of me, but it's physician. That's the one. That's the one.
I got it. Yeah. Luke chapter 5, verse. I can start from verse 30. But their scribes and Pharisees murmured against his disciples, saying, why do you eat and drink with publicans and sinners?
And that goes on in the modern day, because I say, what? Bummerlites. You guys are bummerlites. Get a job. All that shit. But hey, basically the Lord doesn't. That's that worldly view, man. Because they're thinking, you know, you need that sharp suit, the crocodile skin shoes, all that, the fresh cut, and then that silk handkerchief to wipe your sweat with after you skin bread, Jesus. All that. But that's, hey man, that's some BS. If them guys doing that, okay, Eddie Schlong what? He was doing all that sweet. He was doing all that appeared righteous. But this guy was shlonging up them backsides, man.
That's it.
All kinds of little boys getting shlonged down. So what? All that face value is BS, man. Like these mega churches in the US, they got these idiotic mega churches. Okay, so then why? Okay, if they've got mega church, hundreds of thousands of people all up inside there. Why is it? Why the truth? Surely the truth's gone out everywhere. That shit was on TV. You can go in Ghana and watch on fucking satellite TV and God channels. That Christianity's gone out everywhere. Guys in the fucking jungle. There's guys, what they called, man, Jehovah's Witness, going to the fucking the jungles of South America to teach guys that don't even know what the outside world looks like. So how the fuck is the truth not come out everywhere, man?